Hey everybody, welcome to Halfbeard's Hut's Heads Up. Today we're looking at Long Dark. Came out about a month ago in Early Access, another one of those survival sandbox kind of games. As I said, Early Access, so not much in it, not a ton in it right now, as you see the story is not here, so we won't be looking at that. But the sandbox is here, and I can kind of go over the basic concepts. The whole premise here is that you are basically trying to survive in like the Yukon, basically, kind of northern Canada, southern Alberta, southern Alaska, not quite like tippy top Arctic, but below that, where it's still kind of wooded. Ooh, so it spawns you randomly each time in a different time in a different place. It actually spawned us in a pretty decent place this time. And yeah, our goal is just to survive. As you can see here, we've got hunger, we've got cold, we've got fatigue, we've got thirst. We need to worry about all these things, and there are ways to deal with them. Both kind of with actual mechanics and with items. Right now, we got lucky. We got deposited right by what is essentially a huge cache of items, the logging camp. This map is the same each time, but it does pop you somewhere different. So and it's big enough that that makes a major difference. So something to keep in mind. We're gonna hopefully find some good items here. Items that will allow us to survive. Ooh, wood. Wood is a perfect example of these good items I was referring to. Wood is damn useful. I also hear wolves. Wolves are bad. Wolves will fuck you up. Okay, porta potties. Those are new. Can I go in the porta potties? These weren't here last time I played this. No, they're just for color. Let's go to one of these houses. Houses are thankfully fairly safe. They're warm, but they don't really contain. They don't necessarily. You're not making any progress by hanging in a house. But you can find some good items. As I said, the game all about items. Hoping to pick up can openers. That's super useful. Hoping to find some clothes. Ooh, a heavy wool sweater. That'll be super useful. Hoping to find more food.
Looks like
all this kind of stuff. Take that. And as you can see, everything's got a different condition. Which at a certain point, once its condition is out, it'll just disintegrate. Food does not expire in this universe. It disintegrates, I guess. Eat that chocolate bar. Definitely want to keep your calories up. No fad diets in the Long Dark. Open up this desk drawer. Let's see what we get. Can opener. Put that back because I already got one. Actually, I could have used that. Take that, though. Ooh, take these gloves, too. Basic ski gloves. Yeah, warmth is going to be a huge thing. It is cold outside. Fire helps. It doesn't necessarily always help. There are times when you will need to be more worried. Take these simple tools. So just going to show some of this stuff. There are all sorts of different things you can do. Snow shelters do not exist in this build yet. But you can lay out down a bedroll at any times you can sleep. You can start a fire at any times you can sleep. You can't start one indoors, apparently. You'll have to do first aid. Kind of Solid Snake style, where if you get a burn, it'll be like, you need to take painkillers and apply bandage. Like, it gives you basic steps. The map is not available in this version yet, which is kind of a pity. And then the ways you kind of get the stuff you need is by both dissecting your inventory and doing other stuff. Like, I can go sit out so I can go forage for wood, and hopefully I'll come back with some wood. Once I've done that, I can start a fire, which would allow me to, pick wood and an accelerant and some kindling and get a fire started. I can also repair things I've got if I've got the right tools. So I've got simple tools there. I can go to my can opener, and with some scrap metal, I can repair it. But I don't have any scrap metal. Similarly, let's see if I can make some. So the other thing is you can do is you can go through all your items, and you can harvest them up. In fact, here, show this whole thing. Take this can opener. Take this extra can opener. I go to my harvest button. Which can opener is better? This one's 45, the other's 84. Go to this, start harvest, spend some time. As you can see, the time's going by up there. Get some scrap metal from it, and then I can go to my repair, use my simple tools, repair my can opener, and that's how you do. So basically, the way you survive in this is by finding all sorts of different items and using or breaking them down so as makes sense. And as you see, I got all my items here. I got some good stuff, didn't I? I thought, let's see, basic gloves. I'm wearing basic gloves. Why are these ones better? Oh, because the condition is much better. So wear these. We're going to harvest those. We're going to eat this candy bar. I should probably save it, but whatever. I'm eating the candy bar. Because I feel like eating a candy bar. And then cotton socks. Am I already wearing socks? Am I wearing wool socks, maybe? I am. These give you a point. So you can see right here what it's giving you. And whether it's protecting against winds, there will be blizzards, windstorms, which will really screw you over. Cotton socks are less. Well, then we will break them down. And we got a heavy wool sweater. Keeps the core warm. Nice cable knit. I love cable knit sweaters. I have one of myself. I love them. Super warm. Put on that. And we've got all those clothes to break down. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to make you watch me break down all those clothes, though. So let's just move on to the other trailers, grab some more stuff, and then we'll do some more exploring. Though night... Oh, no, it's AM, I think. Yeah, the sun is rising, it looks like. Because night is dark. It's super dark. And while there are items that can make that a little easier, you can find lanterns, like this one right here. Which will make things easier, as well as flares and stuff like that. Night is very dark, and there are things in the woods that you don't necessarily want to be fighting. Put that back. I don't need that can opener. Yep, because I just refilled my can opener to max. Though I do find some of that stuff kind of weird, like the fact that your can opener can degrade, and it degrades fast. Like you open 16 cans, that can opener will fall the fuck apart. I don't know if you've ever owned a can opener. You probably have, because you're a human being. Can openers kind of last a while.
We here.
Ooh, kerosene. I will take that. Use that to refill my lantern. Grab that cloth, because as you can see, if I light it up, I feel like they've hit a good balance in this game, by the way, with so everything is low poly, clearly. That's clearly the look they're going for, but it's not that like very obtuse and overdone low poly. There's still a lot of detail to be seen here. Like it's a good look overall. Let's see. Basic wool hat is a 0.6 compared to my toque, which is a 0.5, but gives me a windproof. But gives me a bit of a windproof. Does my wool hat give me any windproof? No. Wear my toque then. Toque's forever. Anything else worth putting on here? Cotton long underwear, cotton socks. Oh, down sneak jacket. Right. I don't think I'm wearing a jacket yet. Was I wearing a jacket of some sort before? It doesn't replace my sweater. No, that looks good, so it'll just be pure help me out stuff. Yeah, that looks good. Again, I don't want to spend too much time dicking around in the inventory. Obviously, if you were playing this game for real, you would be. But, this is a video. We're trying to entertain. Trying to show what's up with this game. And that's not achieved by watching me slowly break down jeans for hours on end. You will also find there are weapons in this game. I mean, there is not really combat. I mean, there is a little bit. Wolves will attack you, and you will like punch them off, and you will get a rifle, and you can choose to try to murder things with that rifle, normally to get food. But there's not really much combat. You're not really trying to defend yourself all that much. If you're using the rifle, because you get so little ammunition, it's more to try to hunt than anything else. And so much of your time is just kind of spent dealing with the elements, just desperately hoping that you won't be murdered by the cold, or that you won't run out of food, or that you'll have actual water. Yeah, hunting knife. That'll prove useful. I think that's pretty much everything in here. How are we doing for everything? Hunger and thirst is a little up, so let's eat a little something. Let's eat... Where'd that jerky go? Beef jerky. Eat that jerky. There we go. So you've got a calorie meter down there, and the game will helpfully tell you kind of how many calories you're spending at any given time on any given thing. So you don't necessarily have to worry too much about that. That said, calories will go down. You will run out of food. You will absolutely, completely screw yourself over that way. So you gotta be smart. You gotta be careful. You gotta manage all your stuff as close as you can. It's an interesting game. There's a lot of promise here. I like the mechanics quite a bit. I like how hardcore it is about you being dead, basically. About how you are gonna die and how often you are gonna die. This game is certainly not toothless. It definitely wants to take you down, and I appreciate that. I will say I am excited for that story mode, because I think that's going to be where this game really manages to be interesting, is when it has a bit more context to it. Kind of as a base set of mechanics right now. It's got really good atmosphere. And it's a very beautiful atmosphere to, it's a very beautiful kind of thing to wander around, but there isn't really a ton to it. Just like on the surface, there isn't really much to do in the game aside from staying alive, I guess. So I'm looking forward to it getting more of the kind of more context, more stuff that's kind of worth doing. Look at this corpse. And that is coming. I mean, story mode is coming. Another toque. I will take that toque. Extra toques are always good. And grape soda. Soda, thankfully, does actually replenish your thirst, unlike Fallout New Vegas, where for some reason soda makes you super, super thirsty. Which I both get and totally don't understand. Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful game. So I'm looking at the feature list on Steam right now. And right now, as I said, there isn't a ton in this. It is mechanics. They're, like, it is sheer mechanics who are just kind of trying to survive. It is that. There's not even a map right now. But when I talk about stuff that's going to be in here eventually, obviously there's the mechanics and the beautiful atmosphere I've already discussed, but there's also going to be stuff like, it looks like they're going to beef out the survival stuff a bit more. You're going to have to worry about actual conditions. I mean, that can happen now, where you can have blood loss, you can have an infection, but there'll be stuff like dysentery and hypothermia and starvation, all that kind of stuff. Apparently, there will be other survivors at some point you will find, and how you interact with them will be, according to this, morally challenging. So I'm curious about that. And obviously, there'll be the story, and that will be kind of connected to that. And there'll be, even in the sandbox mode, apparently there'll be other AI survivors. I don't think that's implemented yet, as I've explored enough of this game that I would have seen kind of all the major mechanics, and I have not seen another living soul yet. So, But again, very promising. Very promising. I'm looking really forward to see what comes of this. I think if you are the kind of person who's against early access and doesn't like buying things early access, I don't think this will change your mind. But it's definitely a game to keep your eye on for later. Is that a dead deer? That is indeed a dead deer. I can use that. Got that hunting knife. So yeah, you will find stuff like this. We're gonna use this to get some meat off this deer. Gonna show you the basic gameplay loop. So we've got some meat, but we are out of a lot of other stuff. We're super cold. Holy shit. Skin inside. And I will show you the basic gameplay loop, because apparently we're dying out here. Alright. So, we've gotten some meat. We were able to collect that by finding dead deer. You can also get it off animals you may hunt. The other thing, the way you're going to cook that means you're going to make a fire. I can't make a fire inside, but I should hopefully be able to find somewhere inside where I can cook. If I'm outside, I can make a fire out of kind of accelerants and kindling. Like, I've got accelerant here, but you'll also find, like, kerosene. As well as kindling, like tinder plugs or newspaper. Like this, that'd be kindling. Tinder. And some actual wood. I should have some... I think I picked up some cedar wood, didn't I? Yeah. And some actual firewood. If I don't have firewood, because it's not just everywhere, I can press forge wood. I'll go forge for a few hours. You can see how many calories I'm estimated to burn and what tool I'm going to use. I'll bring home some stuff. Hopefully. Once that's done, I can start a fire, which I actually do want to do, so I'm going to have to go outside. Not ideal, but whatever. I'm trying to show mechanics, I'm not trying to survive.
Can't feel my feet.
Nope, not forge wood. Start a fire. Start one right on the front steps of this dam. So, as you can see, I can use this stuff, start it up. Yup, start this fire. As you saw, there's a chance I won't start the fire. That does increase as you continue to play. He gets better and better at, making a fire naturally. And then once I've made this fire, by collecting stuff, I can go at it, and I can cook some venison. Each thing is kind of split up into 5, kilogram like 0.5 kilogram chunks. So I can cook up this venison, and now I've got cooked venison to eat. That's great. And then I can also melt some water. Super useful. Fire's gonna go out. That's not good. Unfortunately, I can't restart campfires, which is a real bummer. But I've got that. So I've got that water. I melted that water. I can't actually drink that water. I mean, I could, but I might get dysentery. And I don't want to get dysentery. Getting dysentery is bad. So, start another fire. Normally I wouldn't do this. Normally I would balance this out better. But whatever. I'm trying to show mechanics. Start another fire. I fucked it up. Let's try that again. And we'll be able to boil that snow water to make safe water. And that's the basic gameplay loop, is you are trying to build fires to stay warm, but to build fires you need wood, so you're going to go forage for wood. But now you're out of calories, so you got to cook some food. Cook some food, you got to start that fire, but now you're thirsty, so you got to melt some snow. You're also going to use that snow to purify that water. Like, it's interesting. This game has mechanics that fold back in on itself, and it's managing it all is quite interesting. Great. Now we've got the stuff. I'm going to extinguish this fire. Actually, I'm going to cook more meat. Because we could use more meat. Alright, wait for it. Yep, great. So, now, I can use that meat, that cooked venison. Delicious, delicious cooked venison. Eat it. As you see, getting yeah, cooking meat is always the best way to get calories. I'm thirsty. I drink all that potable water. I could also drink that grape soda, but I'm going to drink potable water instead because I'm lame. And he'll generally drink it in kind of like specific amounts too. He'll drink till he's sated. So you'll leave like weird chunks around. Like it's interesting. The game does a good job at kind of making sense of its mechanics, having them all work together. It all meshes in a really good way. Again, it's still early access, and as a result, like, while those mechanics are really interesting, they're not really in aid of anything right now. But eventually that will come. And hopefully it'll be good. We don't know yet. Early access. But, whatever.
Looks like
grab
this
that
is
lighter fluid. Grab those cardboard matches. Check this locker. Get some cloth. Yeah. And, that's kind of the long dark. I mean, I could continue wandering around this beautiful snowscape, but I feel like I've kind of talked about what I need to of this game. I'll take it just so I can bring it down. I don't really feel like I need to show any more of this. Like, this is kind of what it is right now. Later on, there'll be story, and there'll be more stuff we're talking about, and we'll try to come back to it, as we always do with early access games. We'll try to come back to it once it's kind of at that point. But right now, it's just it's an interesting kind of set of tools more than anything else. And if that's the sort of thing that interests you, you should check it out. It's I want to say it's $20 on Steam. I don't know the exact price because I'm in Canada, and in Canada they price it in Canadian, which puts all sorts of weird dividends on the end. Oh, great, a wolf! We get to see this. So, a good way to end this video. This wolf's gonna kill me. I'm experiencing blood loss. So you gotta build up your attack strength and then hit it with the right mouse button. This is not a good combat system, having to mash the left melt button and then hit the right mouse button, but then I died. So that happens. I died from blood loss and shock, and that's The Long Dark. It's an interesting game. It's on Steam. If it seems like the sort of thing, go check it out. As always, I'm your host, Halfbeard, and we are out. Later, guys.